T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
With that good confirmation, we should hear a similar call out regarding the rocket's second stage at about T-minus 2 minutes. As a reminder, as we approach the final 2 minutes of the count, for our channel members here, be sure to stick around post booster landing. We'll have
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
A transition to a dedicated members only stream where we'll share with you all the various vantage points that we've captured during liftoff, some of which we'll be able to show live in the moment. But for a full look at what all of our cameras were able to capture, be sure to stick around for that members only stream, which will begin following the main broadcast ending.
Ground gas closeouts have begun.
That additional venting and the call out you just heard regarding the ground gas closeouts, SpaceX releasing the remaining liquid oxygen from the feed lines there at the pad as we approach the final minute before takeoff. T-minus 1 minute and counting.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
We're now just awaiting the SpaceX launch director to confirm that they are in fact go for launch.
Launch director, go for launch.
And a good confirmation there from the SpaceX launch director. "30 seconds. "15 seconds. And here we go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket on the Starlink 6-95 mission. Falcon 9 has cleared the tower.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Falcon 9 traveling faster than the speed of sound, more than a minute into flight, coming up on max Q, the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure.
Max Q.
Good confirmation of max Q. Should next hear a call out regarding the thermal conditioning of the rocket's Merlin vacuum engine on the upper stage.
MVAC chill.
There's that confirmation of MVAC chill. We're coming up to a few events in fairly rapid succession. We'll see first stage main engine cutoff, or MECO, at about T plus 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the flight. That'll be followed by stage separation, and then the ignition of that Merlin vacuum engine. The payload fairings will jettison about 3 minutes into flight. Some really nice tracking work by the team today. About 5 seconds to Miko. There you see Miko.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC startup.
Some really nice views of the cold gas thrusters in work from Pete's tracking camera there on the left-hand side of your screen. Focusing there on the fairing separation.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Really clear with the lighting today. Quite nice. A little more than 3 minutes into flight. Given the position of the sun, you've got a good vantage point seeing both of those fairing halves tumble away from the Falcon 9 rocket's upper stage. Here's a good overview shot of all 4 pieces of the Falcon 9 rocket right now. The booster, the 2 fairing halves, and the rocket's second stage powered by that Merlin vacuum engine. There's a good solo shot of the booster. We'll continue to try and track this through the point of the entry burn beginning. Given the clouds that are still hanging around the Space Coast, it might get a little trickier as the booster gets closer to the horizon line. But we will do our level best to stay with the booster here as long as we can. Got Adam and Chuck continuing to follow along with the rocket's second stage, so we'll revisit that as we get closer to our final shots of the booster here. A little more than 4.5 minutes into the flight, or just about 4.5 minutes at this juncture. The 3-engine entry burn is set to begin at about T plus 6 minutes and 7 seconds into this flight. And a really nice view from the SpaceX onboard cameras. You can see the setting sun hitting those clouds down below. Just about 1 minute remaining before the start of that 3-engine entry burn. Now, past 6 minutes into the flight, we're just a few seconds away from the entry burn
Stage
beginning.
1 FTS has safed.
And there you
Entry
see
burn
it.
Startup.
Well done, Pete.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown. Stage 2 FTS has safed.
Now, a little more than 7 minutes into flight, SpaceX is turning its attention next to the single engine landing burn. It's set to begin just past the 8-minute mark into this mission.
Stage 1 transonic. Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And a beautiful sunset touchdown for B-1077, completing its 25th trip to space and back.
MVAC shutdown.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And with that good confirmation of an orbit insertion, the upper stage will now coast until about T plus 53 minutes, 53 seconds post liftoff. There will be a brief 1-second burn of that Merlin vacuum engine. Then the Starlink satellites will be deployed at T plus 1 hour, 5 minutes after liftoff. A beautiful sunset to wrap up the main part of our coverage with, and a glimpse at the moon here from our friend Pete Karstens with Max Q Productions. Of course, this will be the target for the Artemis 2 mission coming up no earlier than February 5th of next year. The 4-member crew aboard the Orion spacecraft named Integrity will not enter into lunar orbit, but instead perform a flyby of the moon on their roughly 10-day mission before splashing down into the waters of the Pacific Ocean, following a liftoff from here at Launch Complex 39B at the Kennedy Space Center. If you haven't already had a chance to check it out, we've got a little bit of an overview of where things currently stand with the Artemis 2 mission. That's up on the channel right now for you to peruse at your convenience. As a reminder, we are going to go ahead and wind things down for those of you who joined into the main broadcast here. But for channel members, stick around. We've got all of our various isolated camera views of liftoff to share with you. So that'll be part of a members only stream. Before we end the main show, though, we'll end as we would typically with our broadcast, which is a look at the mission stats as they currently stand, where this particular flight falls within the greater context for SpaceX as well as the broader space industry. Today's launch was the 25th flight of the Falcon 9 booster B-1077, marked SpaceX's 572nd Falcon 9 launch to date, the 155th of the year so far. This was the company's 507th Falcon 9 booster reflight, with the launch of a booster that has flown at least once. This was SpaceX's 168th orbital launch within the last 365 days, the 295th orbital launch from Pad 40, and the 350th overall orbital launch from this pad as well. Moving on to some recovery stats, this was the 135th good landing of a booster on the drone ship called a shortfall of gravitas. This was SpaceX's 445th drone ship landing, the 543rd booster landing for SpaceX, and the 544th overall booster landing to date. Finally, with some industry stats, this was the 103rd orbital launch from the Sunshine State, the 164th launch from U.S. soil this year, the 179th from a U.S. rocket company, including flights from Rocket Lab down in New Zealand, and this was the 283rd orbital launch attempt around the world. There have been 6 orbital failures so far this year. Here's a quick look at the bar chart. One last look at the updated Cape chart with this mission clocked. And here is our pie chart with a industry overview from around the world. And with that, we want to thank our broader audience for being with us today. Channel members, stay put where you are. We've got those isolated replays coming up for you now. But ending our main show here, I want to thank our wonderful moderators who've been helping us out with the main part of the show, to Astro Joe, Aussie Space Girl, Rick Donner. Appreciate all of you for helping us out today, as well as to Cumulus Granatus for helping to answer folks' questions in the chat. Big thanks to our photographer, Adam Bernstein, our friends Pete Karstens with Max Q Productions, and Chuck and Jen Briggs for some stellar tracking work. John Pisani has been the man in the chair running the technical operations of the broadcast, assisted by our Spaceflight Now editor, Stephen Young. Most importantly, though, I want to thank you for wherever you've been watching from, and to our broader audience, we bid you adieu for now. And to our channel members, stick around for those isolated replays. But for our show for everyone, for all of us here at Spaceflight Now, I'm Will Robinson Smith. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to others. We will see you all next time. And until then, bye-bye. Members, we'll see you back here. Or don't go anywhere. Stick around as we make this transition. Stand by.